Obama is in the Epstein files? What is going on?
Since Russia is clearly backing Republicans, why don't we ask China to back us?
I hereby tonight ask China.
That's right.
2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections. And
this is actually crazy because Donald Trump is now the only president in history to win the election 3 times. China unironically put fake votes into the ballot and made Sleepy Joe win because China did not give a fuck about Joe Biden winning. They did not want Trump in power. That's what's crazy about this shit, dude.
Later, the result.
And the left is in such denial about this. We need to see arrest on everybody involved in this immediately.
Of the 2020 presidential election is
Kinda hard to frame Trump's claims of Chinese interference as insane when they basically begged communist China to interfere in our democracy.
Yep.
As this is exactly what the Democrats wanted. They just didn't want you to notice.
Yep.
So let's quickly go through Trump's speech. The mainstream media
This speech was fucking crazy. I was watching this shit while lifting weights yesterday.
meltdowns, and most importantly,
Has there been proof? There's been a lot of documents shown, and I'm sure more proof is to come. But what we need to see is we need less words, we need more actions. I am very tired of Trump. It's how he is now, due to the fact that when he was first in office, he was getting shit banged out left and right. I understand the midterms are coming up and he wants to stay in office, so he's probably trying to lay low. But I will be completely honest, the Save the America Act needs to be passed, and he needs to start arresting people. Less talk, more action, like it was when he first got into office.
the subsequent investigations.
tonight I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure.
Good.
Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. Over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files.
Fucking insane.
That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious activities, which is exactly what was happening.
And the Democrats can cry and deny this all they
Fucking
want,
nuts.
but it doesn't change how, 1, this is exactly what they wanted the Chinese to do, and 2, they also accused China of doing.
It's been overwhelming.
It's even worse because they also astroturf the black community into turning them on whites even more, because they know how easily manipulatable so many blacks are in this country. And it's a shame. Every black person is looking for another reason to hate white people. And it blows, man, because we as a nation, we're completely divided right now. We're completely fucking divided.
Clear this election, I won't even get into the last one, this election, that Russia has been involved, China has been involved to some degree.
But once they won, they switched.
And honestly, why wouldn't you want Joe Biden as the leader of the country when you know he's just a useless fucking zombie retard? Obviously, you wouldn't want Trump as president because he actually gets shit done. He has aura.
To safest and securest election ever, just like they're safe and
Hey, let me quiz y'all. Say 3 things that Joe Biden did in office besides sleep.
effective slogan. I don't think they actually meant it. It was just to shut up the peasants. But then Trump starts calling people out.
The second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases, in our intelligence agency work to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling. Covering it up from both the president and the American people is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign.
And for a moment I thought, do we meddle in Chinese elections, spending our tax money to manipulate their society, briefly forgetting we constantly do this overseas? causing chaos, overthrowing dictators, installing our leaders, so it wouldn't be outlandish to think they're doing the same thing to us.
Yep.
I was just shocked to learn through all the heavily redacted documents that Trump released that China basically built the BLM movement, beat for beat on our social media site.
It's true. So China astroturfed Black Twitter and Black media into them thinking that George Floyd was like brutally killed by an officer. And I've been saying, I mean, guys, if you've been watching my channel, I've been saying this since day one. George Floyd was not killed by police brutality. George Floyd was a violent criminal who was killed by him misusing narcotics, fentanyl. You can see the autopsy. There's no damage to his neck. There's no damage to his chest. There's no damage to his lungs. His cause of death was ruled as drug overdose. And the officer who is still in jail for this, it is quite literally a show trial. And they're only keeping him in jail because if they take him out, blacks are going to lose their fucking mind. So yes, black people have been getting manipulated by China for years to divide this nation even more. They want us to hate each other, and it's very obvious why.
So much that when you go on American Google for BLM riots, you barely see 3 instances of reality, as their propaganda is so baked into our society. Our sitting president can give us evidence that this is a Chinese psyop, but certain Americans have already decided it's more convenient to believe Chinese propaganda than actual crime stats. But now Trump is bringing up Obama.
They say crime stats are racist. That's what they say. They say we like this propaganda. Crime statistics are racist, based on hard facts and evidence. We don't like facts and evidence. We really like this story a lot more instead. You know, it's like saying that, well, actually, mom and dad, I'm actually a ninja warrior because I watch Naruto. Fuck what real life physics and, you know, consequences of what reality are. I am the next Hokage. I am Naruto because I watched a show one time. It's people who believe that they are their VR chat avatar. That is who we must coexist with. It's pathetic.
But it gets even worse.
And we let them do it. We permit this behavior. Brother, we need to put belts to asses and whoop these dumb motherfuckers who are turning our country apart by denying reality and basing their entire existence off of neat stories they heard.
Raw intelligence
Pathetic.
obtained by
people. Sorry, last thing. People genuinely believe personal testimonies over proven evidence. And that's how you know our world is fucking cooked.
Trump is bringing up Obama.
But it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activity even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. Recently, we found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy information.
And you know what's disgusting? I believe the networks CNN and ABC and many others refuse to air this on live television. They refused Donald Trump proving that China has been using illegal propaganda to, 1, steal an election, as well as 2, make black people even more agitated. They refuse to air it. And I believe that is treason. When the president of our United States is attempting to address our nation and the news stations are silencing him, I'm sorry. You are no longer news stations. You are propaganda machines. That's all you are.
Given
Classic,
by
I know.
President Barack Hussein Obama to be burned. It was
Barack Hussein Obama.
supposed to be burned. These bags were supposed to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we got lucky. We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that was supposed to burn the bags.
As many MAGA supporters have been wanting exactly this, but I always believed if he wasn't going to jail Hillary, there was no way he was actually going to go after Obama. Well, this is something he's been alluding to recently.
But Clinton let him go, and Bush let him go, everybody let him go, and Obama was the worst of all because Obama actually went to their side. Obama, because, you know, he's a, well, Let's not say. Let's not say. Let's leave that for another time.
And I still don't expect much to come from it. But again,
I
they've
would like
admitted
to-
there's aliens
I would like to firmly stand on business and say I think Obama is a absolute gay-ass piece of shit.
and released footage of UFOs, so I don't know what to expect anymore.
Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change
Obviously.
election results on these terrible machines. Today, we are releasing documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. This reporting included precise details about methods to regime develop to digitally alter vote totals in ways that could not be detected even with an audit, no matter how deep they went.
Which goes along with the whole Maduro capture in Venezuela. We basically revealed to the world that we have auto-aiming weapons and directed energy devices called the discombobulator. So taking Maduro alive must have been a high priority.
Yep.
And if he gave us information on the Venezuelan election machines, it's all starting to make sense now. And even though this sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, remember, the Democrats have also suggested exactly this.
We have to be on guard as to what they may try to do to the technology. They may try to creep into the technology and
There it
create
is.
a false count.
How do
True.
you guard against that?
That's a challenge.
As watermarked paper
Yep.
ballots being hand counted isn't something that should be divisive. So whenever the Democrats in one sentence claim these machines can be manipulated,
If you need an ID to buy a video game, if you need an ID to watch an R-rated film, if you need an ID to drive a car, if you need an ID to drink alcohol, you should need an ID to vote. Watermarked, hand-submitted, hand-counted ballots is the least we can do to ensure that our state of our nation is ruled by the person the people have voted for. It is the least we can do.
and China is involved, then say Trump has no evidence that these machines are manipulated and China is involved, I don't think they're stupid. I think their followers are stupid. As Trump is using this to try to unite Americans on both sides.
This cannot be allowed to continue. Every American, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, or otherwise, should be able to agree that we deserve the most secure, honest, and fair election system anywhere in the
Absolutely.
world. They identified approximately 278,000
This nation was built on democracy, and if we can't even trust our votes, then this nation will fall apart.
non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections.
You should also have to pass an IQ test, and your IQ should have to be above 90 for you to even be able to vote. I also stand on that. Sorry, guys. We don't need any fucking 67 IQ Somalian fucking polluting our ballots. You should have to pass an IQ check. You should have to have a voter's license. My opinion.
Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. In a rare move, NBC and ABC Fake News have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about because of the fact that they don't like the topic, because they know how corrupt our system is and they don't want to reveal it.
As sadly, that's exactly
And also no women.
what they did, refusing to show their viewers what their president said. Since Trump did indeed provide receipts, declassifying documents on allegations both sides agree on, but also how lack of voter ID allowed over 250,000 illegals to register to vote. But
Insane.
instead, CNN refused
Deport all illegals. That is a viewpoint I have that if you disagree with, I think you're just retarded. Deport all criminals out of our country. It's really that easy.
to play Trump's claims.
But we're not going to take it live, as we've been discussing. That's because this president, sadly, has a history of misleading and in some cases simply false statements.
That's crazy how these fucking dumb CNN are refusing to air what the president of our United States is saying. These people are pathetic.
On what we've been talking about.
As their reporters reaffirm our concerns.
He has made it his mission to cast doubt on that upcoming election.
right? That's what all those things add up to. Repeatedly saying that America's elections are rigged and broken and dirty has eroded confidence in the bedrock of American democracy. It has already done damage.
We just showed you both Biden and Pelosi sharing those same concerns, with Clinton calling for those concerns, but Trump providing evidence of said concerns is somehow damaging democracy, which just proves they have a very different definition of democracy. But it wasn't worse than MSNBC's garbage take.
Is him basically saying, essentially, I'm paraphrasing here, that a whole bunch of foreign entities, Iran, China, I think North Korea, have the ability, the capability of essentially a mass hack of the voter system to change over votes. Now, my understanding is that that's just completely not true, that there is no assessment of that. I'm not an expert.
It's not true, by the way, because it hurts his feelings, by the way. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. He doesn't have any reason to not believe it other than, oh, well, I don't know. You know, if that was true, that would really make me sad. So I'm going to go ahead and deny reality because reality doesn't matter to these people. Jesus Christ, these people are fucking retarded.
In cybersecurity.
They see it in front of their eyes. They say, well, I don't know.
This imbecile is really saying, Trump claims that hacks can happen. I say they can't. I'm no expert in the field, but for some reason believe me instead, as I'm certain if Pelosi was up there making the same exact claims.
And what's crazy is people will believe that motherfucker over our president, who's this guy in the news, completely unclassified, completely unqualified, but they'll believe him more than the president because Trump derangement syndrome, Asmongold derangement syndrome, Tectone derangement syndrome drives these people insane.
They'd be lapping it up because they're not a news network, they're just left-wing propaganda. But somehow ABC still one-upped their idiocy.
He said that our election system, our security is catastrophically short. It dangerously exposed to hacking. But looking through these, we have a lot more to look through. I don't see anything that comes anywhere near making that case.
This is like me reading half a recipe, then telling you, I don't know what the grocery store was thinking. Obviously, these ingredients don't make the picture on the box. Their rationality is so fucking stupid, it's honestly gotta be on purpose.
Dude, I've never heard Decoy Voice cuss, but my God, hearing Decoy Voice rip a fucking stupid, that's peak.
Their rationality is so fucking stupid, it's honestly gotta be on purpose, as their leaders are so astronomically detached from reality, they couldn't possibly relate to anybody that could think for themselves. So their talking points have to be so incredibly idiotic as almost a filter from accidentally admitting anybody that could call them out.
Yep.
So if you appreciate my concise, light-order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription.
You have. Decoy Voice is the fucking man. One of the best news channels on YouTube, and everybody should go subscribe. He is the fucking man.